Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A lot of heavy thunderstorms and heavy downpours overnight. We do have some flood advisories. We're going to show you all of those and take a look at the rest of the day, see if there's more rain in store.
As restaurants nationwide ramp up to pre-pandemic levels, some customers may notice something new on the menu. Higher prices. We're going to tell you the reason for the increase.
And outside with live cam, yeah, we still have lightning in the area, and again, storms with a lot of lightning and a history of heavy downpours. There are the flashes as we speak right over the Alamo City. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is June 1st.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you had a nice long extended weekend if you had yesterday off.
And some people were awakened by lightning and thunder overnight, and downpours continue. Here's Mike with the very latest.
Yeah, it was rough overnight. I don't know about y'all, but I couldn't sleep through all that stuff. And most of it is continuing to work its way to the east and to the southeast. That's where we saw some of those lightning strikes. Still a lot of obviously wet roads out there by the airport. And it does look like we're going to continue to see some more rain, at least in the metropolitan area. And as you just heard thunder, I think, out there. Off to the east, we do have some of these showers, thunderstorms, and again, a big light show out there, as well as some hefty downpours around a good portion of Karnes County heading in toward Cuero. And then here in town, as you can see, we do still have even a couple of little lightning strikes in and around the area. And down to the south, there's a lot of rain down here as well, lightning. And this is a severe thunderstorm watch box, that yellow area right there in McMullen County. It's in effect up until 6 o'clock this morning. I would venture a guess that it may be deleted before it's allowed to expire, just given the fact that those storms are continuing to work their way off to the east. Now, we do have a lot of flood advisories in effect, including most all of Bexar County, down around Atascosa, off to the west and southwest, and then up to the east, where some estimates, a couple of inches of rain has fallen. So this is in effect up until also 6 o'clock this morning. So for the next hour and a half, a lot of mold out there. The updated count is going to be coming out just after 7 o'clock, and it's probably going to be definitely on the high side. Take an umbrella, take a raincoat, heading off to school this morning. Now, the rain's going to continue to work its way off to the east. So by the time you hit the road going to work and school, it may continue. Off in the hill country, it's pretty much over. We'll still have some of these showers off to the east of us. And then later on this afternoon, still a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms popping up. Rain chances today, kind of like yesterday, aren't that great in the afternoon, but it looks like we have another round of rain in store overnight tonight. And we take a look ahead at the rest of the first week of June. It's going to be wet. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos, what's going on, sir?
Hey, well, Mike, with all that rain, it does bring wet roads in our area, and we've already spotted a few problems here around our city. Let's go ahead and take a look what's happening here off 1604 in these westbound lanes, right at Lookout Road. This crash was reported earlier this morning on TxDOT around 3 o'clock, but there's still a scene out there. Now, it was impacting traffic a little bit there, but it looks like the traffic has improved, but we still have that crash that's being reported out there. So just be cautious and be on the lookout as first responders are out there working to clear that scene up. Now, we've also spotted a few slowdowns that we're going to be keeping some tabs on throughout the morning. This one on I-35 northbound at Quarter Horse. You can see traffic is slowed down to the 37 miles per hour, but check this out. This is our road weather map, and all that blue means that there's ponding in that area. This is right in the Von Army area, and you can see around San Antonio, the metro area, we have a lot of wet roads. All that green means the roads are wet this morning due to that weather, so you're going to want to take it extra slow if you're heading out the door in the next few moments. But taking a look at our inbound times, 281 coming in from Bulverde to downtown San Antonio, 28 minutes. And if you are coming in from that Von Army area, from Lytle, that is, on 35, 19 minutes to get to downtown San Antonio. And coming in from Castroville on Highway 90, we're looking at 20 minutes. But taking a look here at 281 at San Pedro, the roads are wet this morning, and we're going to be keeping a close eye here in the traffic lab. Mark, Stephanie.
Thank you, Steve. And let's go ahead and take a look at the CPS Energy outage map right now. We have 26 active outages with a total of 937 customers affected. Right now, of course, we'll keep you updated on this.
In your other morning headlines today, President Joe Biden is set to mark the 100th anniversary of the massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that wiped out a thriving community. On May 31st and June 1st, 1921, white residents and civil society leaders looted and burned Tulsa's Greenwood district. Today, the president will grieve for the more than 300 black people killed at the hands of a white mob a century ago. Biden will be the first president to be a part of remembrances of what happened and what used to be known as Black Wall Street.
Oklahoma is renaming part of a state highway after former President Donald Trump. The state's governor, Kevin Stint signed legislation to designate a section of State Highway 287 as President Donald J. Trump Highway. The stretch goes from Boise City to the Texas border in Cimarron County. The new measure calls for signs to be put up along the highway, which is to be paid for by the authors of the bill. The bill also removes the state's requirement that a person has to have been dead no less than 3 years before a bridge or highway could be renamed in their honor.
In California, a huge fire at a warehouse sent one firefighter to the hospital. Last night, crews called to a single-story commercial building. When they got there, heavy smoke and fire could be seen coming from the warehouse. The fire quickly upgraded to a 3-alarm about a half an hour after it was reported. One firefighter was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No other injuries were reported. Restaurants facing big challenges after the holiday weekend.
And their customers are paying the price. ABC's Megan Tabrizian explains.
This morning, as restaurants nationwide ramp up to pre-pandemic levels, some customers may notice something new on the menu: higher prices. One reason, the cost of food, especially beef, pork, and chicken, is surging.
We are seeing our chicken prices probably, well, they're more than double what they normally are.
The Warehouse Grill and Drinkery near Omaha says it had no choice but to add $2 to all chicken and beef dishes on the menu and an extra $3 for steak.
It's not even getting us close to where we need to be, but it'll be helpful.
The other reason for the price hikes, restaurants and their suppliers are facing a major shortage of workers, which is forcing them to pay higher wages to keep and attract staff.
A lot of people don't want to come to work because of a lot of the stimulus packages, and so a lot of my farmers are saying they're only at about 2/3 of the people they need. Now, when that happens, you got to pay everybody overtime.
Added higher gas prices, raising transportation costs, and you have the perfect storm.
If the prices keep going up, we can't continue to eat the cost of it.
I think the food industry got caught a little flat-footed. They didn't expect this demand from all the restaurants opening, the customers wanting to barbecue, have graduation parties, and just get together as families again.
On the bright side, some experts say as the economy continues to rebound this summer, these prices should come down soon. Megan Tabrizian, ABC News, San Diego.
Yeah, I was out to dinner, or actually lunch, well south of San Antonio Saturday afternoon after fishing.
Yes.
We went to kind of a mom and pop diner place, and they had added probably $3 to $5 to most menu items to make up for these.
Yes.
These issues.
Yeah, they're having to do a lot of catch up, a lot of restaurants, and a lot of people are shorthanded.
That's
as
right.
Well.
Oh yeah, still to this day. 4:37 on a busy weather morning. We have more with Mike and Stephen coming up.
And thinking about adding some siding to your home. Just ahead, we take a look at which ones are the best for the price.
And lots of baseball, softball action going on this week, from TLU to Judson to the Missions. We have who's playing where coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam, a very noisy overnight with all those thunderstorms. We're going to check in with Mike later on.
And right now, as we go to break, here's where the biggest storms are, with lots and lots of lightning. We're still seeing flashes here in San Antonio, but you see those bigger storms are now pushing off to the east and southeast. Time for a look at morning sports. Game 1 of this year's NCAA Division III Softball National Championship between Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs and Virginia Wesleyan was over fast. The game over in less than an hour, 25 minutes. Bulldogs, who are the defending 2019 champs, fell behind 4-0 in the first inning yesterday. Haley Padilla cut the deficit in half with a 2-run shot in the top of the second, but that was all the scoring in this one. TLU falls in game 1, the final 4-2. So TLU will face elimination later this morning. Game 2 set for 10 a.m. in Salem, Virginia. One way or another, the Judson softball team's historic season will conclude this week in Austin. Rockets made their program debut at the state tournament on Friday afternoon. Judson will take on Rockwall in the Class 6A semifinals Friday at 4 p.m. But first, it's D'Hanis against Gale Borden County in the Class 1A semis this afternoon at 1 p.m. And KSAT 12 Sports will be there. Smithson Valley Baseball is one win away from their first state tournament since 2005. They'll face Los Fresnos in a one-game regional playoff Thursday night at 4 p.m. in Corpus Christi. Coming off a road trip loss in Arkansas Sunday night, the San Antonio Missions are in Springfield getting ready to take on the Cardinals as series starts tonight and goes through Sunday. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck to them, and also good luck to our high school teams as well.
Right now it's 4:42 on your Tuesday morning.
Have recent hailstorms damaged the siding on your house? Up next, we're going to take a look at different options that are both sturdy and cost effective.
And a mystery in paradise. We'll have the latest on a woman charged shooting death of a police superintendent in Belize.
In this morning's GMA First Look, mystery in paradise.
What happened? We don't know. I don't know. We are depending on the police investigation to set the record straight for us.
Socialite Jasmine Harton now waking up behind bars, facing charges in the death of top cop Henry Jameau in Belize. Harton connected to one of the wealthiest and most influential families in the UK through her partner Andrew Ashcroft, the son of British billionaire Lord Michael Ashcroft. Investigators say Jameau's body was found in the water nearby with one gunshot wound behind the ear.
Not going to go into the content of her statement. We cannot say we have a clear understanding of what happened because we were not there. The injury is not consistent with suicide, and the manner of death is homicide.
Harton now facing charges of manslaughter by negligence. We'll have the very latest on this developing case coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
We've spent a lot of time inside our homes over the past year, so maybe it's time to start thinking about the outside.
If you're considering new vinyl siding for your house, 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has the results of some tough weather tests.
Our wild and wacky weather like hailstorms could do a number on your home siding, leaving it dinged and damaged. So you want siding that can hold up to weather, protects against insects, and boosts your curb appeal. Compared to wood, Consumer Reports says vinyl and other siding alternatives are easier to maintain, and they cost less too.
Vinyl siding is never going to look exactly like wood, but manufacturers are creating new styles and textures for a more wood-like appearance, and they're doing the same thing with alternative sidings.
Those alternative sidings can cost $200 or more per 100 square feet. Vinyl, on the other hand, starts at about $100 per 100 square feet. To see which ones stand up to years of weathering, Consumer Reports put them to tough tests, simulating branches or debris hitting the home, testing them in warm and cold temperatures, and testing against high winds. For most homes, CR gave this all-side Charter Oak clapboard vinyl siding top ratings in wind and warm weather tests. It's $95 per 100 square feet.
If you're concerned that in winter your house might get battered by wind-blown branches or heavy objects, you might want to stick with wood or with fiber cement siding.
CR recommends this alternative siding from Certainteed. It costs about 3 times more than vinyl. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Wow.
Yeah, that can get expensive.
Quite a price jump. We're going to talk to Mike about the weather and the situation right now coming up.
But let's check those wet roadways with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, definitely something drivers are going to want to be cautious of this morning. This is a view from TransGuide here at Loop 410 at State Highway 151 northbound. You can see that the roads are pretty slick this morning. We have some drivers that have been taking it slow, which is what we want to see when the weather does get the roads wet like this. But take a look. These cars are coming down here. Again, just take it pretty slow this morning because these roads are going to be wet. Now, we do have a crash that happened here off Loop 1604 westbound at Lookout Road. It does appear that this just cleared now, so the road should be clear there. But again, just take it slow this morning because we are spotting a few wet roads, actually a lot of wet roads in our area. We still have this slowdown that's happening here, those northbound lanes of 35 at Quarter Horse. But this is what we want to show you and what we want people to be cautious of. All that blue means that there is ponding in that area. So if you see some standing water on the road, it's best to avoid it. We always like to use the phrase, turn around, don't drown. But it's good for you just to be a little bit cautious this morning. We do have a lot of green, which means a lot of wet roads that drivers can expect for this Tuesday morning. Taking another look here at TransGuide, we're going to be keeping a close eye on things throughout the morning, but I think the wet roads are going to be something people are going to want to be extra cautious of today.
Most definitely. Thank you, Stephen.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. I was looking at, of course, airplane coming in there, but that's a rough ride coming in this morning with some of these storms around here. Obviously, things are wet over there at the airport, but we're not seeing at least any rain in this picture, although there are a couple of flashes of lightning occasionally. So this is some of the estimates in the past 24 hours, and a lot of this was just overnight. And as you can see off to the west and southwest around Eagle Pass, some radar estimates about 4 inches of rain, and then we had all of these spots 2.5, close to 3 inches, and even around southern Wilson County, about 2 inches of rain. And like Steve was pointing out, where that blue area was on the traffic map, most of the heavy rain was in the southern portion of Bexar County. Estimates just over 1.5 inches there in southern Bexar County. Over just south of Hondo, about almost 3 inches of rain, and a lot of rain fell around Pleasanton. That swath that moved on through, which is continuing to work its way off to the east. But boy, it was just coming down hard and heavy there for a while. So we still obviously have some rain, but notice how it is ending off to the west. So this will continue basically southeastern portion of our viewing area throughout the rest of the morning. We still have a few showers in and around town, and even a couple of lightning strikes here. A lot of rain over around Cuero, Karnes City, Nixon. You're still getting a couple of flashes of lightning there, and then down to the south. And yeah, that severe thunderstorm watch, they did delete portions of it for McMullen County. Obviously, there's a lot of heavy rain if you're heading down 37 in toward the coast. And as far as the flood advisories, a little bit of this was trimmed off. It's just the extreme southern portion of Bexar County. But yeah, watch it with all the standing water, the runoff, everything else on the roads. And it goes from where we saw some of the heaviest rain amounts, Eagle Pass over toward Pleasanton, Gonzales, and then up just to the east of 35 and up to the northeast. This is in effect up until 6 o'clock this morning, so for the next hour. And there'll still be some runoff and some usual low water crossing things obviously in effect throughout the rest of the morning. So the rain, we're going to get a break then. After this morning, things will kind of settle down just a little bit, and we'll have a few more showers trying to pop up later on today, and then also going into the evening hours. And we're also going to have to watch out for another one of these overnight storm complexes here to develop and work its way across the area in the wee hours of the morning. And some of those storms could be on the strong to severe side. We have a marginal risk for severe weather tonight, and then also tomorrow there is the severe threat around the area. So we'll still see high winds and hail. Flooding, though, is going to be, I think, the biggest issue because we get some of these tropical downpours and the ground is obviously very, very saturated. 80 today at noon, maybe a couple of showers around here. Again, rain chances will kind of die down. The atmosphere's been sort of beat up this morning and overnight, so things will settle a little bit. And then as it heats up this afternoon, we'll see a couple of more of those showers and thunderstorms, then more overnight tonight and tomorrow as well. We'll still have more rain around Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it won't rain constantly, of course. Then we get into the weekend, and I think Saturday is the better chance for some rain. And we'll still have a couple leftover showers around here. I can't, even into the first part of next week, I can't remember the last time that it's been such a long time that I've had rain each and every day on the 7-day forecast. That goes back, what, last week? Even when we still kept going, 7 days, we still have more rain. So.
Yeah, what a crazy pattern. It does continue here in the new month.
Yes, indeed.
Getting our share. Thank you, Mike.
4:52 on your Tuesday morning.
And coming up next, TV chef Gordon Ramsay coming to Texas. We're going to tell you about his new show and get his take on the Lone Star State.
A famous TV chef gets a new show, plus Spider-Man can now legally get a rental car.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Chef Gordon Ramsay back at it, traveling around the world for his Nat Geo show Uncharted. This season he goes to places including Portugal, Maine, and Texas. And he tells me the people and food he found in the Lone Star State.
I just thought they were incredible. And then when I'm on this horse with these two young cowgirls and I've been shown how to ride a horse properly, and then the beef, holy mackerel, the beef was just extraordinary, like no other.
Season 3 of Uncharted premiered yesterday, and you can find the new episode today, streaming on Disney+.
Good for you, I guess that you've been working on yourself.
Great for Olivia Rodrigo. Her first album, Sour, has debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart. And not only is it #1, it had the best sales plus streaming week of the year so far, beating Taylor Swift's Fearless. Billboard says Sour also had the second biggest streaming week of all time for a female artist, behind only Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. Simon Cowell is reportedly pulled out as a judge on the upcoming season of the singing competition show X Factor Israel. He hasn't officially said why, but the news comes amid renewed conflict in the region. And Spider-Man can now legally rent a car. Actor Tom Holland turns 25 today, while actress and comedian Amy Schumer is now 40. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And time now is 4:57 and about 69 degrees out there.
Still ahead on GMSA, signs pointing in the right direction as summer unofficially begins. We'll tell you about the drastic drop in new coronavirus cases and hospitalizations.
And a phone charging world record. Can you guess how long it takes to charge this China company's latest cell phone? The answer is coming up in Tech Bites.
Making mistakes is one way to learn, but should you tell your kids to make mistakes in school? That's ahead on GMSA at 6.
And let's take a look outside with TransGuide this morning. Of course, those roadways are a little slick right now. We're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos after the break.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Showers and heavy storms continue to work their way off to the east, and there's something on the backside of this now that we're going to have to deal with this morning. I'll explain coming up in just a couple of moments.
More and more COVID restrictions are being lifted across the country. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington with the latest on the state of the pandemic coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam. Still a lot of rain out there. If you're headed out, be prepared.
We just heard a rolling thunder this morning that lasted for seemed like 10 seconds. Good morning, everybody. It is a stormy start to the work day and the work week. It is Tuesday, June 1st.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you got some sleep. I am usually a pretty, heavy sleeper, but I even got up in the middle of the night.
And some of that lightning has been dazzling this morning, Mike. As I got closer downtown, huge cloud-to-cloud lightning forking across the sky.
Yes, indeed, especially to the east and to the south. You go outside and you can probably still see it. And right now we have a temperature of 69 degrees and the wind is out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. But in some areas it's really, really gusting. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment. Humidity is very high. We are going to make it up to 85 later on today. Rain chances, once we get rid of all this really heavy stuff this morning, they'll sort of die down a little bit during the day and then fire back up again. Explain that in just a couple of seconds here. And the aquifer went up half a foot yesterday. We didn't have a whole lot of rain in the recharge zone in the overnight hours. Most of it was further south, but it should continue to go up. Mold is very high, and it's probably going to be staying definitely on the high side. Okay, this is what we are dealing with right now is the wind in behind this. Similar situation to a couple of weeks ago where we're seeing these are sustained winds, 21 miles per hour right now in Hondo, 13 Port SA, and wind gusts right now, 43 miles per hour in Hondo, 20 Castroville, 20 out there at the airport. And this it's kind of a low developing on the backside of all of this, and that's going to be working its way across here. So expect some wind gusts. I saw some garbage cans in the middle of the streets this morning coming in, so watch that this morning and things getting thrown around here. Hopefully those winds don't knock any power lines down or trees, anything like that, but that's something we're going to have to watch out for, the very windy conditions, at least for about the next hour or so. So the storms continue to sort of weaken. I mean, they're still packing a pretty good punch around here. Still a lot of very heavy rain. We've got some moderate showers working their way through town right now. Even a couple of lightning strikes are still being detected. And again, some heavy downpours here in and around Cuero, but this whole line is sort of easing up. We don't have anything severe in effect right now. No watches, no warnings at all, and more rain continues down to the south, and this will continue down along the coastal plain. We do, though, still have the flood advisories in effect for the next hour. It just includes the extreme southern portion of Bexar County, and this is the swath from Eagle Pass over toward Pleasanton and then up around Gonzales and over around Karnes County, Cuero. That's where some of the heaviest rain, 2, 3, even 4 inches of rain has fallen just in basically the overnight hours. We do have a severe threat again tonight. It looks like we're going to see another one of these nighttime storm complexes developing. So storms basically to the east this morning. We again have to watch out for those winds for the next hour or so. A few more showers and storms just kind of scattered about later on today. Then we'll start to fire up again tonight, and then the rest of the week more rain, the weekend and more rain. Details in just a couple of moments. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. What's going on, sir?
Well, all that rain made for a very slow drive here to the station this morning on 281. The roads were very slick, and that's what drivers are going to want to be cautious of this morning. But we are spotting some slowdowns that are happening so far. Right now, nothing too major, but take a look what this is. 35 northbound right at Quarter Horse. Take a look here. The drive is 66 miles per hour. Then we slow down to 46 all the way down to 24. Now, while there have not been any crashes that have been reported in that area so far. This is what's happening. We're seeing a lot of ponding right in that area, and a lot of green means that we still have a lot of slick roads out there this morning. So drivers are going to want to be extra slow if they're heading out the door to head to work this morning and grab a cup of coffee. Just be prepared to slow down and be prepared for these wet roads and possible ponding in the area as well. Now let's take a look at our inbound times coming into downtown San Antonio. From Lytle, 20 minutes from 35, and not too bad right now. If you're coming in from Pleasanton on 37, we're looking at 29 minutes, and coming in from Floresville here from 37, we're looking also at a 29-minute commute time. Let's take a look here at TransGuide. Things are smooth so far this morning, but we have spotted a lot of wet roads in our area. What you can expect, how this may impact your commute, we'll have more coming up. Guys?
Thank you very much, Stephen. Right now, we know we had storm-related power outages pretty much throughout the holiday weekend. Updating this morning, we have good news. We do have some outages, but it's now under 500. Total 26 outages reported by CPS Energy as of 5:05 a.m. New this morning, San Antonio police investigating a shooting where nearly 50 rounds were fired at a home just east of downtown. Happened around 2:30 this morning in the 700 block of Iowa near South Hackberry. SAPD says 2 men were sitting on a porch when someone in a vehicle pulled up and 3 suspects inside started shooting. Suspects then drove off. One of the victims was hurt and taken to a hospital in stable condition. As we said, police say they found nearly 50 rounds on or near the porch afterwards.
Also this morning, the Bexar County courts will open for the first time in over a year to in-person jury trials. The first trial will be a murder case in the 175th District Courtroom. Jordan Davis is facing a murder charge and 2 aggravated assault charges. Davis is one of 3 arrested in connection with the shooting that happened on July 4th, 2018. That shooting killed 22-year-old Jesus Garcia and wounded 22-year-old David Chavira and 18-year-old Robert Serrato. For more on this trial, you can head to the courts tab on our website, KSAT.com. There we also have the latest criminal justice news. Sign up for the open court letter.
More COVID restrictions being lifted across the country as coronavirus cases drop.
Health experts say the majority of U.S. adults are now fully vaccinated. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with latest.
Americans marked Memorial Day gathering in large crowds for parades, tributes, and barbecues. A sign of how far the nation has come since the global health pandemic disrupted life as we knew it.
We can finally shake hands, talk to each other, enter places without masks. This is the way it should be.
In Pennsylvania, nearly all COVID restrictions now lifted. Starting today, Michigan, once a COVID epicenter, also allowing restaurants to open indoor dining areas at 50% capacity. And for the first time since the virus shut down New York City, restaurants no longer face any restrictions. It comes as the country reports fewer than 20,000 new COVID cases per day, the lowest number in more than a year. But there is also a significant decline in the vaccination rate, now averaging just over 1.3 million doses per day, the lowest since January. Chicago is shifting its strategy, moving away from mass vaccination sites, instead converting the city bus into a mobile site.
It's easier because you could just walk right up. You don't have to make an appointment.
President Biden still optimistic as he eyes the next major holiday, July 4th, as the deadline to get 160 million Americans fully vaccinated.
4 months after I took office, we're further along in this fight than anyone thought possible.
The progress, a welcome development for businesses like movie theaters, eager to get crowds back.
How does this say?
Just in time for summer box office releases.
And today, another milestone. Casinos in Las Vegas can once again operate at 100% capacity. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
At home, San Antonio police are still looking for the person responsible for shooting a 16-year-old who was riding an electric scooter downtown. Police say that 16-year-old and his older brother were riding scooters near the V Lounge at the intersection of East Martin and Soledad Street early Monday morning when that teen was shot in the calf. The teen's older brother, who asked not to be identified, told our crews that his younger brother is recovering at home.
Gun violence, it's everywhere. It's in every city. It's all over the world. It's everywhere, and it needs to stop.
Right now, police do not have a description of the suspect's vehicle or motive. They're asking anyone with any information to call police.
In Austin, several bills in the legislature have passed and are now on Governor Greg Abbott's desk this morning. That includes a measure that would require winterization for Texas power generators. It follows the deadly February winter storms. Experts praise some reforms in the bills as significant, but they also say concessions to the state's powerful oil and gas industry still leaves our power grid vulnerable.
And time now is 5:09, about 69 degrees out there.
Still ahead on GMSA, we'll tell you about 3 different ways Twitter says it's making sure you can recognize misinformation on its platform.
And are you tired of all those banks profiting from all those pesky overdraft fees? We're going to have some good financial news just ahead.
And as we've been saying for the last half hour now, a very stormy start to our Tuesday morning as we take a look outside with live cam.
And here's a live look at the radar right now. We'll get a check of where the rain is headed with Mike just ahead. And welcome back. It's about 5:13 in your morning consumer headlines. The Memorial Day weekend was a busy one for airports and airlines. Some estimates say the holiday weekend averaged about 2 million passengers a day. Recent counts from the TSA show airport security checks have been running about 90% of pre-pandemic levels.
For the first time in 6 years, the money banks made from overdraft fees fell last year. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. It says banks took in a little over $31 billion last year. That's down around 10%. Researchers say the change is because more people stayed home and, of course, curbed their spending.
And pizza shops are divided on ways to deliver your food. The Wall Street Journal says major pizza chains are going different routes when it comes to teaming up with delivery services like DoorDash. Papa John's is all in, while Domino's prefers its own drivers, saying delivery services cost too much and cut into their profits.
Right now, 5:14, about 69 degrees.
Top computer maker warning consumers about what a chip shortage is doing to its laptop production.
And we'll tell you how long it'll take to charge this new phone in China. Here's a hint. It's under 10 minutes for a full charge.
With SimpliSafe's Video Doorbell Pro, you'll know if the person at your door is friend or foe. Or just a late night cheese pizza with extra meatballs. With my smart lock, I can let him in. Entrez-vous. And I can lock up from right here. Same time tomorrow. So take it from an expert. Get SimpliSafe and protect home like a pro.
Visit simplysafe.com for a limited time offer.
Our strength, our power, our purpose starts within. So let's start there. With collagen that supports our body from the inside out.
I wanna see you stand. I wanna feel you beat proud. I wanna hear you beating heart. Live out loud.
Good morning on your Tuesday, 5/17. Twitter reportedly introducing a warning label system to help combat misinformation on the site. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Twitter's latest move in the search for truth. The site is planning to use misinformation warning labels. The categories are get the latest, stay informed, and misleading. Each links users to more information on what's in a tweet. Next, one of the world's leading laptop makers is weighing in on the global computer chip shortage. A top official at Acer says it will affect production well into next year. And officials say the company can only fill about half of the demand for its products on any given day due to that shortage. Finally, a Chinese tech company is claiming a new world record when it comes to charging your smartphone. It says it can fully charge a phone in just 8 minutes through a wired charging system. The technology is experimental for now. Well, mine's on 1%, so I'll go ahead and wait the next 8 minutes maybe, and I could charge it. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
It's 5:18.
Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos. The situation around Loop 410.
Yeah, we're keeping a very close eye on this, Mark and Stephanie. This popped up on our radar, and this is a look at TransGuide from Loop 410 at FM 78. Let's go ahead and take a closer look and see what we're observing here. This looks like a semi or an 18-wheeler that looks like a jackknife here. And this is, we have first responders that are out there on the scene. It's not clear what happened yet, but this is definitely going to be impacting everyone's commute if you're heading in this area this morning. Take a look. We know that 3 lanes are going to be blocked here and this is Loop 410 southbound right at FM 78, not far from Seguin Road. It doesn't look like it's impacting anything right now, but as the morning does pick up, we know that drivers are going to be heading out, so this could be an issue as we do have first responders out there, so just be cautious of that. We've also spotted another crash here off Highway 90 southbound just after 36th Street. Not impacting traffic right now, but this is another thing we are going to be keeping a close eye on throughout the morning. Another crash that we actually have reported here is off Goliad at Clark Avenue, not too far from 37. But this is what we really want drivers to be cautious of this morning is all these wet roads and ponding that's in the area. You can see where those crashes occurred, that there is ponding out there. Now, it's not clear if that is what caused these crashes, but this is something that people are going to want to be cautious of again as they get behind the wheel this morning. And again, over here off 410, that is, we still have this scene developing. We know that there are wet roads out in that area, so drivers just be cautious. It looks like we do have first responders that are still out there on the scene.
Well, May was a very stormy month, and June is starting off in similar fashion, Mike Osterhage.
Yeah, we picked up almost 6.5 inches of rain in the month of May, about 2 above normal, just approximately. And yeah, we're definitely starting off wet. It's wet over there by the airport, and there have been a lot of lightning flashes off in the kind of behind the camera a little bit there. One thing we got to watch out for too is we're starting to see some pretty gusty winds in behind the line of rain moving through. So Castroville, 22-mile-per-hour wind gusts, Hondo 30, although just about 15-20 minutes ago, winds were gusting about 43 miles per hour out there at the airport at Hondo. So watch out for some of those stronger wind gusts. Also, we do have a new flash flood warning in effect for portions of Gonzales, Karnes, as well as DeWitt County. And some of the rainfall, as also there's the flood advisory from Eagle Pass all the way through southern Bexar County and then up toward Gonzales and just to the east of San Marcos. About 2-3 inches of rain has fallen. This is in the past hour, and so that went above the flash flood criteria. And this is, again, portions of Gonzales, DeWitt, as well as Karnes County, and this is in effect up until 8 o'clock this morning. The flood advisories are in effect up until 6 o'clock, so about the next 40 minutes or so. Rain continues to work its way off to the east. Obviously, we still have a few lightning strikes in and around town. Some of this light to moderate rain, that orangey shade there, and it's coming to an end, but we're seeing obviously still a couple leftover showers back off there to the west. And even though the rain is continuing to taper off, obviously it was coming down in buckets, and so that's what is prompting that flash flood warning, that green box right there. And no other warnings or advisories in our area down to the south. There was that severe thunderstorm warning for McMullen County. That was canceled for McMullen County, and then a lot of that heavy rain will continue off to the east. So here's another computer model, a little longer range, and it is definitely going to be wet around here. Now, again, this tends to broad brush things. So throughout the rest of today, we'll have a couple of scattered showers around the area. Then things are going to fire up again tonight. We're going to have to watch out for maybe another one of those nighttime storm complexes. More rain tomorrow through the day into the evening hours. And then Thursday, we'll still have some more rain around here. Again, it's not going to be raining constantly. This tends to broad brush things, as I mentioned, but it's just an indication that we'll still have some more rain even on into portions of the weekend. There may be a few leftover showers around here going into the first of next week. Small chance for severe threat tonight, and this is going to be updated then later on this morning by the Storm Prediction Center, and still a small threat for some severe storms potentially tomorrow. Then it looks like things are going to be settling as far as the severe threat, but we'll still have rain. And here on out, it's going to be flooding kind of an issue since the ground is so saturated. 80 at noon. A couple of showers still hanging around here, especially off to the east. A few showers and thunderstorms going to try and fire up again this afternoon. 85 high temperature. More overnight tonight and tomorrow, Thursday. And still rain chances, not raining constantly, but through the weekend.
Yeah, these have been kind of hit or miss, but if you're underneath one of these stronger storms, wow, it's like a typhoon.
2-3 inches of rain in 1 hour.
Yeah.
In DeWitt and Karnes counties.
And again, we had scattered power outages this weekend. It took a while for power to be restored for a lot of folks over the holiday.
And again, that's going to be a problem this morning with some of those wind gusts that we have to watch out for. Medina County and then maybe moving into Bexar County within about the next hour.
Well, we promise to keep an eye on the CPS Energy outage map for you, see how things are looking out there in our service area.
Yeah, last check it was under 500, so that's the good news, but we'll keep checking.
That is good news. 5:23 on your Tuesday. I almost say Monday every time, but it is Tuesday.
It's our Monday.
It's our Monday.
And up next in your morning spotlight, Olivia Rodrigo tops the Billboard 200 with her latest hit. Plus, we're checking out the Jurassic Quest drive-thru.
526. A teen has this year's biggest album so far. Plus, we're getting a first look at the Jurassic Quest drive-thru.
CNN's David Daniel has that and more in your Hollywood Minute.
Olivia Rodrigo has conquered another chart. After 3 top 10 singles, the teenage singer-songwriter's first album, Sour, has debuted atop the Billboard 200, with the equivalent of 295,000 units sold, the best of any album so far this year.
I met and totally fell in love with Ken Wilber. I always used to call it love at first touch.
Stuart Townsend and Mina Suvari play a couple who meet and instantly fall in love in Grace and Grit, opening Friday.
Mina and I don't think we had any rehearsals. We just met. And so in a way, it was me meeting Mina and Ken meeting Treya.
The dinosaurs are coming. Jurassic Quest Drive-Thru, a family-friendly event that's just what it looks and sounds like, is adding West Coast cities to its Midwest and Northeast summer tours. Each drive-thru includes more than 80 different dinosaurs. Info at JurassicQuest.com, where you can get half-price tickets using the code DINODAY only on June 1st, which, as you surely know, is International Dinosaur Day. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Shirley, we know.
I didn't know it was International
Who's
Dinosaur
Shirley?
Day.
Old joke. 528, about 69 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, President Biden expected to travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Plus, want to get paid to play video games? Tell you about a special program being offered by a popular internet provider.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, do you plan on going to Enchanted Rock over the summer? If so, we've got an update from the park that you'll want to know about.
Making headlines this morning, President Biden is set to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Gunplay turns into gun trouble here on the north side. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police say a man was shot by someone mishandling a gun. I'll tell you more about it.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, a bunch of rain moving through our area, and of course it was a very noisy night as well. We're going to check in with Mike right now.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday, June 1st.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you got some sleep last night. I know a lot of us here woke up because of all that thunder.
Lots of thunder in the overnight hours. Here's Mike with the latest on where those storms are headed now.
Everything is continuing to work its way off to the east. We still have a little bit of leftover rain in behind, and it's the residual effects that are kind of a short-term problem. One of those things are the winds, which out there at the airport, 10 miles per hour, but in some areas it is gusting even more than that. Temperature stands at 69 degrees right now. 15 mile per hour winds at Castroville, 12 Stinson, 16 Bernie Stage, and wind, it has settled a little bit, but just about a half an hour ago, the wind was 43 miles per hour. The gust was out there at Hondo, 22 Castroville, 20 at Bernie Stage. So we'll have to watch out for some breezy conditions, some gusty winds in the next about, say, half hour, 45 minutes, at least here in Bexar County. Then also there's a flash flood warning for portions of Karnes, DeWitt, as well as Gonzales counties. Picked up anywhere upwards of about 3 inches of rain in 1 hour with these storms that moved on through here. That has prompted that flash flood warning. And as you can see, everything continues to work its way off to the east. We still have a few lingering showers, still a couple of lingering bolts of lightning, a couple of claps of thunder here in town, and more of that rain continues off to the east, although it is settling down, but we still have some really hefty downpours in and around Victoria and then down to the south as well. So we will see somewhat of a break after this moves on all through here, but at least we still have to deal with some of that minor flooding and this flood advisory for a good chunk of the area. And this is where the band of the heaviest rain moved all the way from Eagle Pass. There were some radar estimates about 4 inches in and around Eagle Pass in the past 24 hours through Pleasanton and of course off to the east around DeWitt County. This is in effect up until 6 o'clock. So for the next half an hour, and we'll be up to 80 at noon, 85 for a high temperature. Again, the rain will continue to work its way to the east and sort of die down a little bit, and we'll get a bit of a break in the action. Just a mention for a stray shower thunderstorm, but it looks like we have more coming in here overnight tonight. and more the next few days. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos, what's going on, sir?
Yeah, big issue here off Loop 410, Mike. We do have some of our emergency crews that are out there working to clear this scene. This looks like it may have been a trailer that jackknifed there. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where it's at, but this is a view from TransGuide at Loop 410 at FM 78. You can see that we have plenty of flashing lights out there, and it almost looks like we have a few flares that are already set up, which indicates that we do have some lanes that are blocked there. We also have spotted that drivers are turning and finding alternative routes here. Let's take a closer look here on the map and see where that is. This is here in the southbound lanes of Loop 410 at FM 78. Now, we are spotting people getting here onto this access road of 410 here, I-10 that is. So just be cautious if you see that out in the area, and look for an alternative route this morning because it looks like that may be there for quite a while. Now, another crash that we're also keeping tabs on is here off of US 90 southbound at just after 36th Street. You can see that we're seeing more of the traffic building up here on State Highway 151. That could be people trying to get onto 90 right now, but this crash looks like it could be an issue as the morning does pick up. Something that we also want to talk about is the ponding that we're seeing in our area right now. A lot of that blue means that rain has left over some residual. Mike, you talked about those residual effects from the weather. We're looking at a lot of ponding right now and a lot of slick roads still in our area. So just be cautious before you get behind the wheel this morning. Now let's take a look at our inbound times right now. We're looking at 25 minutes coming in from Bernie to downtown San Antonio. If you are coming in from 90 from Castroville, we're still looking at a 20-minute commute time. And on 35 coming in from Lytle, about another 20-minute commute time. One last look here at 410 at FM 78. Mark Stephanie, looks like it may be there for quite a while.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, it may have been an accident, but San Antonio police are investigating it as a crime. They say someone playing with an assault rifle accidentally shot a man. It happened near an apartment complex on Sahara Drive off of San Pedro. As Katrina Weber tells us, police are still looking for the shooter.
Police tell us the man with the gun was last seen running through this apartment complex, and as far as we know, he is still on the run right now. Based on what the victim and others told officers, it looks like the shooting may not have been intentional. They say a group of people had gathered outside the Casa del Encanto apartments before 1:30 this morning. The witnesses told police one of them was playing around with an AR-15 rifle when it went off. A man in his 30s was hit in the stomach. He was taken to a hospital by ambulance, and police say he was stable at the time the shooter took off. The police did search for him in this area, but they came up empty-handed. Reporting from the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Today, President Joe Biden is headed to Oklahoma to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa race massacre.
CNN's Brett Conway has a look back at what happened through the eyes of one of the last remaining survivors.
Greenwood, Oklahoma, 1921, a vibrant, affluent city within a city in North Tulsa, home to more than 300 Black-owned businesses, where entrepreneurs, art, and culture flourished. It became known as Black Wall Street. Now, it's known as the site of a horrific massacre. Viola Fletcher was just 7 years old then.
They were killing people and burning houses. We could see people running and people laying on the ground, probably bleeding from being shot and killed.
As many as 300 were killed.
Smelled smoke with houses burning.
A community burned to the ground, 35 city blocks destroyed, 10,000 Black Tulsans left homeless. For decades, there have been calls for reparations.
The generational wealth that you have today, the land that you have today, all of that began with all that destruction.
But now, with Democrats controlling the U.S. House and Senate, a renewed hope. And Monday, President Joe Biden said, the federal government must reckon with and acknowledge the role that it has played in stripping wealth and opportunity from Black communities. Half a city block is all that's left of Greenwood now, and it's mostly white-owned. But for Viola, the loss, the fear remain.
I'm afraid that something like that might happen again.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The COVID-19 pandemic still has a grip on the world economy. Researchers say although the global financial picture is improving, the overall recovery will likely remain uneven and will depend on the effectiveness of public health measures. It's projected the global gross domestic product growth will be 5.8% this year, which is a slight decrease from December's rate. However, researchers say by the end of 2022, the global income will be about $3 trillion less than it would have been without the pandemic.
The world's largest meat supplier was hit with a cyber attack. JBS USA is a leading processor of beef, pork, and other prepared foods in the U.S. Monday, JBS said an organized cybersecurity attack targeted some of its servers from North America to Australia. The company said there's no indication that data had been compromised or misused. It's unclear how consumers might be affected by the cyber attack.
It's just about 5:40 and we're at 69 degrees.
Up next, we're going to tell you about a new kind of instruction that's meant to help young children with or at risk for disabilities.
Outside with live cam, the morning commute's going to be on the messy side due to the showers and storms that have lingered in and around the San Antonio metro area. And Mike will be tracking those storms. Speaking of, let's look at radar.
Yeah, there's a look at the radar right there, and it looks like it is headed southeast. We're going to check it with Mike later on.
542. In 2019, more than 716,000 preschool-age children were receiving special education services. Yet, only 38% received these services at the early childhood program they attended.
RJ Marcus has details on an intervention that supports all children's learning in their everyday activities and routines at school, at home, and in the community.
For parents, opportunities to teach kids are everywhere.
When I would walk outside, I point to things and I just name what they were.
All young children benefit from the opportunity to learn important skills in the context of their everyday routines and activities.
It's called embedded instruction, and it can be especially beneficial for young children with or at risk for disabilities in classrooms or at home.
Children who may be more marginalized because of differences in their learning abilities, for them to have opportunities to be included, to be accessing the general preschool curriculum.
In a study of 106 preschool children with disabilities, teachers were taught through workshops, training tools, and on-site coaching to properly incorporate embedded instruction techniques. The children gained more communication and language skills and had fewer problem behaviors than children whose teachers did not receive the training. At home, parents can provide embedded learning opportunities in everyday tasks by comparing sizes of spoons while emptying the dishwasher, reading road signs during a drive, or even during breakfast.
Looking at the cereal box and identifying what letters there might be on the cereal box. And although it seems very simple and straightforward, it actually turns out it's embedded instruction.
Even though this study focused primarily on how teachers can use embedded instruction, Snyder and her colleagues at the University of Florida are developing an extension of the intervention to focus on connections among school, home, and community. It's called Tools for Families. RJ Marcus, KSAT 12 News.
544.
And coming up next, more details about a special program that lets gamers have a chance to get paid for doing what they love. And welcome back. It's about 5:47 in your morning consumer headlines. Another sign of things getting back to normal. Universal Studios Orlando theme park is raising its base pay to $15 an hour starting next month. The company says it's the biggest single pay bump it's ever given. It's the first Florida theme park to make the move, and it raises the pressure on other parks in the area to follow suit. The raise will affect 18,000 workers starting on June 27th. Some workers who already make more than $15 an hour could also see their pay go up.
Gamers now have a chance to get paid for doing what they love. An internet provider offering $2,000 for two friends to team up and play video games for 21 hours together. The service, Frontier Bundles, wants a report on the experience to find out if people do better playing alone or with someone at their side. If you want to try, Frontier Bundles has all the details about signing up on their website.
And let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos. I know we had that situation at Loop 410 and FM 78.
Yeah, Seth, that definitely has not resolved right now. We still have plenty of crews out there working to get this scene clear. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Trans Guide. This is a view from Loop 410 at FM 78. You can see that we do have emergency crews flashing lights out there. We also have spotted what looks like flares out there right now. Now, take a look right over here. It does appear that we do have a trailer that looks like it may have jackknife right now. So this is likely could be there for a while, and we're already starting to see some of the impact because of this crash. Take a look right there. This is in the southbound lanes of Loop 410. And we know that the exit ramp is partially blocked at FM 78. And people are actually starting to take this access road here at 410, which is causing traffic to build. So just be cautious and wary of that crash that is still out there. Another thing to be wary of is, as we've been showing you throughout the morning, this is our road weather map. And all that blue means that there is still some ponding in the area because of the overnight rain and some slick roads that we're seeing up close to Live Oak right now. So drivers, if you're heading out this morning, just be cautious. This could impact your commute and you want to be extra slow as you head out the door this morning. One last look here at TransGuide, guys. This looks like it may be there for a while, so we'll be keeping on tabs on that throughout the morning.
Now, the big light show overnight, Mike, and a ton of rainfall for some folks in the overnight hours.
Yeah, it was coming in. You know, most of the ground is pretty well saturated, but especially to the southeast. More on that in just a moment. And I'm surprised this camera's not shaking more because we are now seeing wind 24 mile per hour sustained at the airport, 28 Castroville, but the wind is gusting to 40 right now at the airport, 38 in Castroville. So watch it. It's a little phenomenon that developed in behind this line of rain that moved on through here. And that's why we are seeing these strong winds. They're not going to last all that long, but there was 43 mile per hour wind gusts about almost an hour ago, right around Hondo. So wind was going to be very breezy for the next, say, half hour, and then that will continue to sort of ease up that phenomenon. Now, as far as the flash flood warning, that's in effect up until 8 o'clock for portions of Karnes, DeWitt, as well as Gonzales counties. Picked up about 3 inches of rain in 1 hour as those storms moved on through. We still have some of these showers, maybe a lightning strike here and there, but as you can see, the rain is coming to an end over in Medina County, over there just to the west of Castroville, Hondo. Rain is now finally ended. And even though the really heavy stuff has moved on out, that warning area is still in effect for the next couple of hours, and more rain well down to the south. And as far as some rainfall totals, at least through the next day and a half, you're looking at pockets that will be 2-3 inches of rain or even more than that. And again, the problem being the ground is already saturated, so it's not going to take much throughout the rest of the forecast period, throughout the rest of the week and the weekend when we have more rain. It won't take much to cause some minor flooding, again, since the ground is very saturated. Here's a computer model through the rest of today. Things will kind of settle down once the atmosphere has been sort of beat up, if you will. And so it's going to settle down a little bit for the rest of the morning, into the afternoon, maybe a stray shower trying to pop up here and there. But then tonight we'll have more of these thunderstorms developing, maybe another one of these nighttime, as I call them, nighttime storm complexes developing, moving on through here in the overnight hours. Should be out of here by this time tomorrow, but we'll have more scattered showers around the area tomorrow, and then on Thursday as well in the afternoon, and even going on into Friday, and even going on into the weekend. Some of the storms today, especially tonight I should say, may be on the strong to severe side. High winds, hail are going to be the biggest threats, and of course, like I said, heavy rainfall, or even not so heavy, is going to cause the lead to the flooding potential. And tomorrow also, we do have the marginal risk for some strong to severe storms. Forecast today, leftover rain this morning, windy conditions for about the next hour here in and around town. 80 at noon today. A mention of a shower, kind of doubtful, but just kind of keeping that mention there in the forecast. And then later on this afternoon, 85 for a high temperature. So once again, we'll still be 6 degrees below normal today. A couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms may try and develop more tonight, overnight, and then should be gone by this time tomorrow morning. It doesn't look like this one is going to last as long. Scattered rain tomorrow. Thursday, more showers, and even into the weekend. Looks like it's going to be wet, especially on Saturday, and some lingering rain Sunday and Monday.
A lot of rain.
And again, those temperatures are anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal for the highs.
That's good for June.
That's really good for June. So.
Yes.
I am astounded this pattern's continuing into the month of June.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, the more the moisture in the ground, the more things green up. Right. That helps to keep temperatures down a little bit. You get some of the evaporation, but the humidity is there. So
here's my hunch. So this pattern eventually starts to wind down, and then about then the tropics start to heat up, and we start looking at what's happening out in the Atlantic and the Caribbean.
Let's take one thing at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do like to get ahead of myself every once in a while. It's Tuesday. 5:53, about 69 degrees.
This is the start of the tropical season, by the way, today, June 1st.
Well, there you go.
I feel a little better.
You're right on it, Mark. Let's look at your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3, 778, Fireball 1, Daily 4, 8000, Fireball 9.
Cash 5, 6, 13, 20, 21, 33. Texas two-step 5, 11, 15, 35. Bonus ball 29.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest signs that America is coming back. People out in full force over the holiday weekend, airports packed with flyers, and daily COVID cases falling below an average of 20,000 a day. One major overseas city, meanwhile, is locking down again over concern of a new variant. We're going to have the latest on all of that right here on Good Morning America.
Last week marked the one-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. So what has changed since then and what hasn't? It's a discussion our KSAT Explains team is looking into. The episode KSAT Explains 1 year later will be released tonight. We'll stream the episode live on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app on streaming devices, and on KSAT's Facebook page at 7 p.m. Still ahead on GMSA in our next hour. The search continues for the people who opened fire on a crowd in Miami, Florida. A big reward is being offered this morning. Plus, a massive fire rips through a commercial building and lights up the night sky in Southern California. We'll have more of this amazing video. And the search continues for the person who San Antonio police shot a man in the stomach with an assault rifle. We have the latest on that case coming up. First, as we go to break, one more check of TransSky, where we have this incident involving a big rig at 410 at FM 78. The incident has been out there for a while. It does not look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Stephen Cavazos will have the latest on that. And Mike is still tracking some very heavy rain in parts of our area. We'll be right back. You're watching GMSA.
Police are searching for the suspects responsible for a drive-by shooting on the east side this morning. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up on GMSA, the amount of shell casings police say they found at the home.
Cleanup underway now on the West Coast after a massive fire in California.
Twitter is searching for truth. The social media giant cracking down on misinformation.
And taking a look outside with live cam, you can see a couple of sprinkles on our camera there. Yes, expect some more rain.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday, June 1st.
Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. And we are starting off June with very noisy thunderstorms.
We had a stormy night. We've got a windy morning. And here's Mike with more on both of those. What is the latest, Mike?
Well, I was just watching this camera over there at the airport, and it looks like it's bad turbulence in an airplane almost. I mean, it's so windy out there. My wife just texted me. She goes, "Are there tornadoes around?" No, there's not. It is just very, very windy. It is a phenomenon in behind this line of showers and storms. And as you can see, that camera is just getting a workout over there. This is the sustained wind at the airport is 30 miles per hour, 21 Port SA, 23 Stinson, and 18 right around Randolph. And then gusts 39 at the airport, Port SA, 35, 32 at Stinson. So it is definitely, when you hang on to your hats, hang on both hands on the steering wheel. You're going to see garbage cans, things like that, lawn furniture blown around this morning. Hopefully no tree limbs get knocked down with this, but this is going to be the case for probably the next half hour to 45 minutes. Also, off to the east, we do have a flash flood warning still in effect up until 8 o'clock the next 2 hours for parts of Karnes, DeWitt, as well as Gonzales counties. Picked up about a lot of areas picked up a bunch of rain, but this all came within an hour. 2.5 to 3 inches of rain. So that's why, even though most of that has moved on out, we still have that flash flood warning in effect for the next couple of hours. And the heaviest rain, which has been dying down a little bit. I mean, there's still a pretty good line well off to the east, but as you can see, things are settling down. And the rain is coming to an end. We still have a few showers in and around town. No lightning is being detected in San Antonio immediate area, but off to the east, we still have a couple of lightning strikes, obviously, and that rain continues to work its way off to the east, and then also down there around Beeville, Mathis, some of those thunderstorms. But this is finally coming to an end, and boy, you've had a whole bunch of rain. Now, flood advisories are still in effect. Now, this is, of course, in and around that warning area, but the flood advisories have been allowed to expire expire for Bexar County and heading over toward Eagle Pass, although obviously still might have some low water crossings. There's still going to be some runoff, the usual spots that tend to flood up. And we do have another severe threat later on tonight. More of those storm complexes are going to be developing overnight tonight. Temperatures, we're going to stay pretty steady the next couple of hours. It's going to be windy for in and around town for the next half hour to 45 minutes. And then later on today, still a mention of a shower or two. The atmosphere has been worked over. It's going to kind of settle down throughout the day, 80 at noon. And then we may have one or two trying to pop up later on this afternoon. But then especially tonight, more of those showers and thunderstorms, 85 for a high temperature today. Don't put your umbrella away. You will need it for the rest of the week and even the weekend. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. I know there's a big problem out there. Still going on?
Yeah, Mike, you know, we've spotted a lot of issues this morning just to kickstart. It's not even 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock yet, but we're already spotting major problems here on our roadways. We do have this crash that happened here off 410 and FM 78. We've been keeping a close eye on this throughout the morning. Take a look there. It looks like we do still have our first responders that are out there working to get that scene clear. It also looks like that exit ramp there is partially blocked. We do have what looks like a big rig that may have jackknife over there. So this is going to be a big problem if you're going to be heading out in that area anytime soon. We've been spotting drivers actually heading into the access road of 410 just to avoid encountering that crash there. But just take a look again. Southbound of 410 right at FM 78. 3 lanes are partially blocked right there. We've also spotted another crash, and we talked about this a little bit earlier in the show if you were with us. There was a delay here or slowdown at 35 northbound right at Benton City Road. TxDOT is now reporting that this is because of a crash that occurred in that area, so major slowdowns in that area. But if you are coming in from 35 from Lytle, it shouldn't be too bad right now to downtown San Antonio. That is 22 minutes coming in from 35 at Lytle, 20 minutes coming in from Highway 90 from Castroville. And if you're coming in from Bernie at I-10, we're looking at a 25-minute commute time. One last look here at TransGuide, where we still have emergency crews out there working to clear this scene. Guys, just be very careful if you're heading in that direction this morning.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police looking for the people responsible for shooting up an East Side home overnight. The drive-by happened in the 700 block of Iowa Street. Sarah Costa takes a closer look at how investigators say it all started.
Good morning. It started off as a kind gesture, a neighbor offering a man walking in the rain to come sit on his porch to wait out the rain, but moments later they were both getting shot at. Police say they got the call around 2:30 this morning, the 700 block of Iowa Street on the east side for a shooting. Those 2 men sitting on the porch of that house to try to stay clear from the rain. When a few minutes after the neighbor offered the passerby a safe place to sit, a car pulled up and began shooting at the home. The victims told police 3 men were in that car that was shooting at them. Police say dozens of shots were fired at the home. Investigators found nearly 50 shell casings on the porch of the home. As for those men, only one of them was hit by the gunfire. Police say the 30-year-old man was hit in both of his ankles. He was taken to BAMC in stable condition. Police say they continue to search for those suspects this morning. Police did not release a description of the vehicle involved in the drive-by shooting. From downtown, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Also new this morning, San Antonio police on the search for a man who shot someone with an AR-15. Officers tell us it happened a little before 1:30 this morning at the Casa del Encanto apartment on Sahara near San Pedro. They say a group of people were in front of the apartments when a man in a hoodie started messing with the rifle and accidentally shot someone. Police say he then ran off through the complex and he remains at large.
Police are still looking for the person responsible for shooting a 16-year-old who was riding an electric scooter downtown. Now, police say the teen and his older brother were riding scooters near the V Lounge at the intersection of East Martin and Soledad Street when this shooting happened early Monday morning. The teen was hit in his calf. The teen's older brother, who asked not to be identified, said that his younger brother is doing fine and recovering from home.
Gun violence, it's everywhere. It's in every city. It's all over the world. It's everywhere, and it needs to stop.
Police are now asking anyone with any information that can help in the case to call police.
This morning up in Austin, several bills from the legislature have passed and are now on Governor Greg Abbott's desk. That includes a measure meant to require winterization for some power generators. It follows the deadly February winter storms. Experts praise some of the reforms in the bill as significant, but say concessions to the state's powerful oil and gas industry still leaves our power grid vulnerable.
And one thing Texas lawmakers agree on is making insulin affordable for Texans who pay hundreds each month for their medications. So 2 bills are now headed to the governor's desk. Senate Bill 827 will cap the cost of insulin to insured Texans at $25 per prescription. House Bill 18 will help uninsured Texans get it at a discounted rate. If the governor signs the bills into law, they will go into effect in September.
A manhunt continues in Miami. A reward amounting to more than $130,000 for information in a mass shooting that happened over the weekend. Police say surveillance video shows 3 armed suspects just before opening fire on a crowd of people as they left a concert. 2 people were killed, at least 20 were hurt. There is that video right there. Investigators say the suspects waited in their vehicle for over a half an hour before shooting at the crowd. An SUV believed to be used by the suspects was later found, but no one was inside.
In California, a huge fire at a warehouse sent 1 firefighter to the hospital. Last night, crews were called to the single-story commercial building just south of Los Angeles. When they got there, heavy smoke and fire could be seen coming from that warehouse. The fire was quickly upgraded to a 3-alarm fire about half an hour after it was first reported. 1 firefighter was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No other injuries were reported.
Restaurants everywhere here in the U.S. facing big challenges after the holiday weekend.
And their customers are paying the price. ABC's Megan Tevrizian explains.
This morning, as restaurants nationwide ramp up to pre-pandemic levels, some customers may notice something new on the menu: higher prices. One reason, the cost of food, especially beef, pork, and chicken, is surging.
We are seeing our chicken prices probably, well, they're more than double what they normally are.
The Warehouse Grill and Drinkery near Omaha says it had no choice but to add $2 to all chicken and beef dishes on the menu and an extra $3 for steak.
It's not even getting us close to where we need to be, but it'll be helpful.
The other reason for the price hikes, restaurants and their suppliers are facing a major shortage of workers, which is forcing them to pay higher wages to keep and attract staff.
A lot of people don't want to come to work because of a lot of the stimulus packages, and so a lot of my farmers are saying they're only at about 2/3 of the people they need. Now, when that happens, you got to pay everybody overtime.
Added higher gas prices, raising transportation costs, and you have the perfect storm.
If the prices keep going up, we can't continue to eat the cost of it.
I think the food industry got caught a little flat-footed. They didn't expect this demand from all the restaurants opening, the customers wanting to barbecue, have graduation parties, and just get together as families again.
On the bright side, some experts say as the economy continues to rebound this summer, these prices should come down soon. Megan Tevrizian, ABC News, San Diego.
Just about 11 minutes past the hour.
Yeah, after the break, we've got tons of baseball action this week. A preview ahead.
And right now, let's take a look at radar right now as showers are still lingering here in the San Antonio area. The bigger storms down towards Victoria and Beeville. Mike will have more on that coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam, dealing with more than rain, also some wind there. You can kind of see the camera shaking a little bit. We'll be right back.
Quick look at morning sports. Game 1 of this year's NCAA Division III softball national title game between Texas Lutheran Bulldogs at Virginia Wesleyan was a fast one. It was over in less than an hour, 25 minutes. The defending 2019 champs TLU fell behind 4-0 in the first inning yesterday. Haley Padilla cut the deficit in half with a 2-run shot in the top of the second inning. But that was all the scoring in this one. Bulldogs fall in game 1, 4-2. So TLU will face elimination later this morning. Game 2 is set for 10 a.m. One way or another, the Judson softball team's historic season will conclude this week up in Austin. The Rockets will make their program debut at the state tournament on Friday afternoon. Judson will take on Rockwall in the Class 6A semifinals Friday at 4 p.m. But first, it's D'Hanis against Gale Borden County in the Class 1A semis this afternoon at 1 p.m. KSAT 12 Sports will be there. Smithson Valley boys baseball one win away from their first state tournament since an appearance back in 2005. They'll face Los Fresnos in a one-game regional playoff Thursday night at 4 p.m. down in Corpus Christi. That's after their series-clinching victory over Eagle Pass. And coming off a road trip loss in Arkansas Sunday night, the Missions are up in Springfield getting ready to take on the Cardinals. That series starts tonight and goes all the way through Sunday.
And first responders still at Loop 410 and FM 78. Let's go ahead and check back with Stephen Cavazos.
Mark, Stephanie, no resolution just yet. This is still going to be a problem for people that are heading out in this area. This is a view from TransGuide at Loop 410 at FM 78. Just take a look right here. We still do have partial lanes that are blocked off at the exit ramp there. We've spotted a few vehicles that are actually getting onto the access road because they've spotted that crash there. And if you look closely, we do have a big rig that looks like it has jackknives. So this could be there for quite a while. Now, taking a closer look at the map, we do see again that ramp is partially blocked right at FM 78. So just be careful because we do have emergency crews that are still out there working to resolve this situation. Now, we did have another crash that actually happened out a little further out 35 northbound at Benton City Road. There was a big delay that had been there for quite a while, but it does look like that is now resolved and it's now clearing up quite nicely. So it shouldn't impact your commute if you're coming in from Lytle, for instance, to downtown San Antonio. Things are looking pretty smooth in that area. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some slowdowns we have spotted over here off West 1604, Loop 1604, that is westbound. This is over here off Lookout Road. Now, there was a crash that has reported out there a little bit earlier this morning that has since resolved, but we're still seeing some slowdowns there. Take a look. Traffic now at 32 miles per hour. And taking a closer look here at our road weather map, we know that there's a lot of ponding that's still out there in the area because of the overnight rain. So just be careful if you're going to be heading out the door this morning. And we're going to be keeping tabs on this crash here on TransGuide throughout the morning. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. As we close the book on a stormy May, Mike, any reason to believe that June's going to be any different at this point?
Not really. I mean, the first week of June is wet. We've got rain in the forecast for the entire first week of June. Short term this morning, of course, overnight we had the rain, but windy conditions are the big problem now, at least for about the next hour. Significant weather advisory for the metropolitan area. More about that in a moment, but the winds are just really howling out there. 85 for a high temperature later on today, and maybe a shower or thunderstorm or two. The atmosphere is kind of beat up a little bit, settled down somewhat, so we get a break in the action now throughout a good chunk of the day, but then later on tonight some more rain. This is and you can see from the camera out there, and I don't know if it's still shaking, but for a moment there, kind of looked like turbulence in an airplane. Wind sustained is 23 miles per hour at the airport, 24 Randolph, and the significant weather advisory just for the windy conditions is Bear, Atascosa, Comal, Guadalupe, and Wilson counties for the next about 40 minutes up until 7 o'clock. This was at the top of the hour. This map updates itself. This graphic does at the top of the hour, but just a couple of moments ago, Weather Service said that the wind was gusting up to 47 miles per hour out there at the airport. So definitely you got to keep both hands on the wheel. Watch out for garbage cans and everything else getting strewn around the area. And it's this is a gust of 35 there at Port SA. So we'll continue to have these windy conditions throughout the at least next hour here in the metropolitan area. And then there's the flash flood warning to the southeast of town, right around portions of Karnes, DeWitt, as well as Gonzales counties. About 3 inches of rain fell in an hour or less. Rain continues to work its way off to the east, and we're actually seeing a little bit of a break in the action there in western Bexar County. Still a couple leftover showers, but of course, with the rain that came down and the soaked ground, saturated ground, you're still going to have the problems in the usual kind of runoff areas. Rain continues to come to an end, and still some of it off there to the southeast. We do have another threat for some severe weather later on this evening, with another storm complex that's going to try and develop. And then tomorrow there is a marginal risk for severe storms. High winds are going to be the biggest threats around here. So it's this low out there to the southwest of us. It's still kind of throwing all this energy in our direction, and these little disturbances that are moving on through here. A lot of moisture obviously in place, and not much is going to be changing really throughout the next couple of days. And then we're going to have another low developing here, and this is going to be in toward the weekend, and that's going going to enhance rain chances. It looks like again by Saturday that will finally try and ease on out of here, but we'll still, I think, have a couple of showers even left over into the first portion of next week. So the forecast today, we will have things settling down a little bit. Windy, very, very windy this morning. And as far as rain chances, I've got a mention of a shower, maybe a straggler here and there, but pretty much rain free for the most part throughout much of the day. 1 or 2 here or there, even a couple of showers and thunderstorms later on this afternoon, just a mention of it. 85 for a high temperature. Then tonight we have another storm complex that's going to try and develop, and so we'll have some showers and storms overnight and into tomorrow, and still some scattered rain around tomorrow, Thursday. And yeah, rain even in through the weekend. Like I said, I think we get an enhanced chance, kind of up a little bit the rain chances on Saturday with that low kind of hanging around here, and still a few lingering showers into the first of next week. A lot of humidity, a lot of moisture in the air and in the ground, but look at those temperatures. Highs are 5 to 10 degrees below normal.
And now a fresh wave of mosquitoes.
Yeah, again, watch out. Keep all the, little puddles here and there, containers, the bases around potted plants and stuff. Make sure you dump all the water out of that.
Yeah, because if you dumped them out last week, they're full again.
Right.
I was mowing my girlfriend's lawn this weekend, and the neighbor had a tub of water, and I kind of went.
You were helping.
Just helping the neighborhood out, right?
Yeah. Go kick some.
They meant to save that
tons of water.
Right? They didn't.
No.
622, about 69 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, Twitter cracking down on misinformation. We're going to tell you what you can expect.
Try our new scented oils for freshness that lasts. Crafted to give you amazingly natural smelling fragrances day after day for up to 60 days. Give us one plug for freshness that lasts.
Frank is a fan of fast. He's a fast talker, a fast walker. And for unexpected heartburn, Frank is a fan of Pepcid. It works in minutes. Nexium 24-hour and Prilosec OTC can take 1 to 4 days to fully work. Pepcid, strong relief for fans of fast.
Enjoy presentations with Canva.
Making today's tech headlines, Twitter's latest move in the search for truth. The site planning to use misinformation warning labels. The categories are get the latest, stay informed, and misleading. Each links users to more information on what's in a tweet.
And time now, 6:25 and about 69 degrees right now.
The get together turns violent with one man being shot in the stomach. We'll have the latest.
And dozens of shell casings left behind after an overnight drive-by shooting. We're going to have the latest on that investigation.
And checking the roads with TransGuide. This incident been out now at 410 and FM 78 for a while. Looks like we have a couple of wreckers on the scene now. We'll check back in with our Stephen Cavazos.
She's part of the health science program here at Steele High School and just got into Johns Hopkins University. I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we introduce you to our next great graduate who hopes to be a physician in the future.
It may have been an accident, but police are calling a shooting here a crime. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. They're still trying to find the person who pulled the trigger. I'll tell you more about it.
More and more COVID restrictions are being lifted across the country. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington with the latest on the state of the pandemic coming up.
Outside with live cam, very stormy looking, and the camera is shaking. Weather conditions continue to be a bit on the bad side.
And here's a live look at the radar. We're going to get a check of where that rain is headed right now with Mike.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It's June 1st.
Thanks for joining us this morning. It's a rainy and a noisy start to your June 1st. Hope you got some sleep. I know usually I can sleep through these thunderstorms, but last night I got up.
We had some power outages overnight as well. We're going to be updating you on that situation. The wind may be a factor in that. Here's Mike with more.
Yeah, that's causing more power outages around the area because things had kind of, eased up with power, but now the winds have really started to pick up. And at last report out at the airport had 47-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Oh, my goodness.
That were reported out there. And as you can see, looking off to the west, things are almost, it looks like, wanting to not necessarily clear out, but kind of lighten up a little bit. This camera, though, earlier this morning was just going to town, shaking. Now, sustained winds are reported at 14 miles per hour out there at the airport. Temperature stands at 69, 21 at Port SA, 23 at Stinson, 32 mile per hour winds. That is the sustained winds out there at Randolph. And then some of the gusts, like I said, within the past hour, the winds have been gusting, reported up to 47 miles per hour, 35 Port SA, 23 Pleasanton. There is a significant weather advisory for the wind for Comal, Bear, Atascosa, Wilson, as well as Guadalupe County for the next half hour. So it is going to be very windy. It's a phenomenon in behind this line of rain that moved on through here. We also have the flash flood warning in effect for portions of Karnes, as well as DeWitt and Gonzales counties. About 3 inches of rain in less than an hour that moved on through. Rain continues there, although the heavy stuff is really starting to ease up. And as you can see in town, we still have a few showers, maybe a couple of lingering ones, even on the northwest side. But for the most part, things are continuing to settle down. Still some rain off to the east where you don't need any more. And nobody really needs any more rain, but we're going to be getting a whole lot more. We also have a severe threat then later on tonight with another storm complex that's going to try to develop. So the storms will continue off to the east and from west to east. We see a bit of a break in the action throughout then a lot of the morning, maybe a leftover shower or two trying to fire up later on today. But then tonight we have more of those storms and then more rain the rest of the week. Won't rain constantly, of course, but still more rain chances. And more rain chances going into the weekend. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. A lot going on out there this morning.
That's right, Mike. And it looks like this is the big problem that we have so far this morning. This is a view from TransGuide at Loop 410 at FM 78. You can see that we do have emergency crews that are out there working to get a crash resolved here. We do have what looks like a big rig, that jackknife, and it's been there for now almost over an hour. And we do have crews out there working to get that scene clear. Mark had spotted some wreckers, and they're definitely out there working to get this cleared, but we've spotted some vehicles that are getting onto the access road there trying to avoid it. Just be cautious out there and give our first responders plenty of room to get this clear. Now, we've also spotted a closer look here on that. Actually, before we jump over there, it does look like it's impacting a little bit of traffic here on 410 right at those southbound lanes at FM 78. Now, we have spotted another crash that popped up in our system here off 281 southbound at Joan Maltzberger. It doesn't look like this is creating many issues right now, but things that drivers are going to want to be aware of are the slick roads that we are definitely facing this morning because of that overnight rain. Now, jumping over to Loop 1604, we did have a crash here earlier this morning right at Lookout Road, but take a look at this. Traffic now down to 21 miles per hour. Even though that has now cleared, we're still seeing some slowdowns there. So you're just going to give yourself a little bit of extra time. And as Mike said a little bit earlier, keep both hands on the wheel this morning because the roads are definitely slick. Now, taking one last look here at our commute times, our inbound times, that is, coming in from downtown to downtown San Antonio, that is. From New Braunfels 35, we're looking at 27 minutes. If you're coming in from Bulverde on 281, we're looking at a 28-minute commute time. And if you're coming in on I-10 from Bernie, do expect about a 25-minute commute time. But guys, this is going to be the big issue so far this morning. We'll be keeping on tabs on that and have your latest report coming up.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, it may have been an accident, but San Antonio police are investigating it as a crime. They say someone playing with an assault rifle accidentally shot a man. It happened near an apartment complex on Sahara Drive off of San Pedro. As Katrina Weber tells us, police are still looking for that shooter.
That is the story that witnesses gave police, that the shooter was playing with the AR-15 rifle when it went off. Police say that man then took off, running into this apartment complex behind me. Now, they never did find the shooter, but they did find the victim here still at the scene in the 10,300 block of Sahara. They say that man, who was in his 30s, was stable as he was taken to a hospital for treatment of his gunshot wound. Police say the shooting does not appear to be intentional at this point, that the shooter may have pulled the trigger accidentally while handling the weapon. The victim was hit in the stomach. The police did not release a description of the shooter, but they did search for the man and did not find him. Reporting from the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a shooting where nearly 50 rounds were fired at a home just east of downtown. Happened around 2:30 this morning in the 700 block of Iowa Street near South Hackberry. SAPD says 2 men were sitting on a porch when a vehicle pulled up and 3 suspects inside started firing. The suspects then drove away. One of the victims was taken to a hospital in stable condition. Police say they found nearly 50 rounds on the porch afterward.
The Bexar County courts opened this morning for the first time in over a year to in-person jury trials. The first trial will be a murder case in the 175th District Courtroom. Jordan Davis is facing a murder charge and 2 aggravated assault charges. Davis is one of 3 arrested in connection with the shooting on July 4th, 2018. That shooting killed 22-year-old Jesus Garcia and wounded 22-year-old David Chavita and 18-year-old Robert Serrato. For more on this trial, you can head to the Courts tab on our website at KSAT.com. There we also have the latest criminal justice news, so you can just sign up for the Open Court newsletter.
Today, President Joe Biden is set to mark the 100th anniversary of the massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. On May 31st and June 1st, in 1921, white residents and civil society leaders looted and burned Tulsa's Greenwood district to the ground. Biden will be the first president to grieve for the more than 300 black people killed at the hands of that white mob a century ago. Look for more on this story coming up today on Good Morning America.
And last week we noted the 1-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. So what's changed since then and what hasn't? It's a discussion our KSAT Explains team is looking into. The episode KSAT Explains 1 year later will be released tonight. We're going to stream the episode live on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app on streaming devices, and KSAT's Facebook page at 7 p.m.
More COVID restrictions are being lifted across the country as coronavirus cases drop.
Health experts say the majority of U.S. adults are now fully vaccinated. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
Americans marked Memorial Day gathering in large crowds for parades, tributes, and barbecues. A sign of how far the nation has come since the global health pandemic disrupted life as we knew it.
We can finally shake hands, talk to each other, enter places without masks. This is the way it should be.
In Pennsylvania, nearly all COVID restrictions now lifted. Starting today, Michigan, once a COVID epicenter, also allowing restaurants to open indoor dining areas at 50% capacity. And for the first time since the virus shut down New York City, restaurants no longer face any restrictions. It comes as the country reports fewer than 20,000 new COVID cases per day, the lowest number in more than a year. But there is also a significant decline in the vaccination rate, now averaging just over 1.3 million doses per day, the lowest since January. Chicago is shifting its strategy, moving away from mass vaccination sites, instead converting the city bus into a mobile site.
It's easier because you could just walk right up. You don't have to make an appointment.
President Biden still optimistic as he eyes the next major holiday, July 4th, as the deadline to get 160 million Americans fully vaccinated.
4 months after I took office, we're further along in this fight than anyone thought possible.
The progress, a welcome development for businesses like movie theaters, eager to get crowds back.
How does this say?
Just in time for summer box office releases.
And today, another milestone. Casinos in Las Vegas can once again operate at 100% capacity. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
6:39, about 69 degrees.
And here's a look at the CPS Energy outage map. Right now, there are about 49 active outages with about 3,430 customers affected.
Still ahead on GMSA, we often hear that failure is the best teacher. So, should you tell your kids to make mistakes in school? We'll hear what researchers are saying after the break.
And welcome back. It's about 6:42. Fear of failure can often hinder success, especially when it comes to academics. Many students become so focused on avoiding errors that they don't challenge themselves at school.
Remote learning has amplified this problem for some, but new research shows mistakes could be the best way to learn. RJ Marquez explains.
No one likes them, but mistakes happen, both big and small. But could making mistakes in school be a good thing?
There's learning that happens when children experience some challenges academically.
Researchers from Columbia University reviewed numerous studies and found when students make errors that are followed up with corrective feedback, they learn better and ultimately remember the correct answers long term. And the benefit of making an error was the strongest when the student firmly believed their answer was correct. This research suggests parents and teachers should encourage and support low-risk mistakes, but also give clear feedback so students can learn. To help your child overcome a fear of failure, emphasize effort over ability. That means praising your child for working hard instead of getting an answer correct. Also, encourage students to practice self-compassion when they fail and model a healthy response to failure when you make a mistake. A recent survey found 31% of adults reported suffering from fear of failure. That's more than those who feared spiders. RJ Marcus, KSAT 12 News.
And if you're planning to take a trip to Enchanted Rock State Natural Area this month, park rangers are asking all visitors to pack their own water because water will not be available on the grounds from June 4th through July 1st. We have the details on what's behind that right now on KSAT.com.
Let's go straight to Stephen Cavazos in the traffic lab for the latest on the incident he's been tracking all throughout the newscast.
That's right. It's definitely the big issue out on our roadways this morning as we see the overnight rains. But let's take a closer look here at the TransGuide map here from Loop 410 at FM 78. This is actually a little bit of progress that we're seeing. We do have some wreckers that are out there working to get what appears to be a semi or a big rig that has jackknife over there near Loop 410. Definitely causing some issues. We spotted drivers trying to veer off, trying to avoid this crash, which is probably the best thing to do. So that way we can give our first responders plenty of room to get this scene cleared because it has been out there for quite a while. Now, taking a closer look here on the map, we know that the partial ramp there, is blocked off at FM 78 because of that crash. Traffic starting to build here on Loop 410, so just be wary of that crash. Now, another crash we have spotted is right here off 281 at Jones-Maltzberger. There is a scene out there. We know that first responders are trying to get that scene clear as the morning does pick up, but right now, not impacting anybody's commute so far. Now, we have spotted this slowdown, and again, we do want to report that there was a crash here earlier this morning right around 3 a.m. It's cleared since, but we still spot a lot of traffic that's building up out in those westbound lanes of 1604 right at Lookout Road. So just be cautious and be prepared to slow down as we get ready to start this morning. Now, taking a look at our road weather map, again, we do have a lot of slick roads, a lot of ponding that is still in our area, and Mike talked a lot about winds as well. And if you have a very large vehicle, for instance, maybe an 18-wheeler or maybe a big truck, you're going to want to drive extra slow and have both hands on the wheel because those winds could likely cause your car to tip over if you're not careful. Now, taking one last look here at TransGuide at Loop 410 at FM 78, where we still have first responders out there on the scene working to get this clear. If you're getting your morning started, be prepared that this could be an issue if you're trying to get out the door this morning.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. And yeah, we still have some rain, but the winds, like Stephen was saying, something we need to look out for.
Yeah, for at least the weather advisory is in effect up until 7 o'clock. I think the winds may stick around even beyond that. And it had looked like it was trying to clear a little bit. But we have some leftover showers in behind, so more rain out there by the airport. And the wind has settled a little bit at the airport. But look at that at Randolph now. Sustained winds are 32 miles per hour, gusts to 41 at one point. Just about, say, 45 minutes ago, gusts were 47 miles per hour out there at the airport. Still 37 at Stinson, 35, Port SA, gusts to 38 in Pleasanton, and the flash flood warning remains in effect for the next roughly hour till 8 o'clock for, again, portions of Karnes as well as DeWitt and Gonzales counties. And some of the rainfall estimates from just the past 24 hours, and a lot of this was just overnight. Eagle Pass, about 4 inches of rain, 2.5, 3 inches of rain. Then heading in toward Hondo, it was this swath just to the south of town, over right around toward Pleasanton, and then these two spots right here, Karnes County as well as DeWitt County, about 2.5 to 3 inches of rain, but that fell in roughly an hour, and so that's what prompted the flash flood warning. And again, rain continues. The mass of rain has pretty much worked its way just off to the east of our viewing area, but we do have a few of these showers left over in behind right here, and that's what we're seeing out there at the airport. But things will, this is what's coming for pretty much the rest of the day. We are going to continue to see things end from west to east. So it will settle down somewhat throughout the rest of the day. Maybe still a leftover shower or two trying to pop up here or there later on, one or two of them. But again, the atmosphere is it gets beat up by a lot of these big storms overnight. However, later on tonight, it looks like we will have a repeat and more of these nighttime storm complexes trying to develop. And that should be out of here by this time tomorrow morning. And then a few more showers and thunderstorms throughout the area tomorrow, and then going into tomorrow night as well as on Thursday, we'll have some more rain around here, and those rain chances are going to continue even in toward the weekend. So we do have a severe threat tonight, although it is very small. The marginal risk for severe storms later on tonight as well as tomorrow, we still have the marginal risk for some severe storms around the area. 80 degrees today at noon. Again, after we get rid of the rain this morning, most of it's going to be gone. Just a mention of a leftover shower here or there. We're still going to be dealing with some of the runoff, obviously, and still some flooding in low-lying areas. And then 85 later on this afternoon. A couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms going to try and begin to pop up, especially off to the west. Then we'll have more tonight, and then we go into tomorrow. And there is going to be more showers and thunderstorms around the area. 83 for a high temperature, and probably a better chance for some rain around tomorrow and even overnight into Thursday. Still more rain around Thursday, Friday, even though a lesser chance. And again, it's not going to rain constantly, but we'll still have some of those showers and storms around. I think we get a peak in the rain on Saturday with a low kind of parking on top of us, and still some lingering ones Sunday and Monday. And the problem is, with the ground so saturated, it's not going to take much to cause some flooding and runoff and everything.
We'll have to watch out for that.
Yep.
Very busy for the first day of June.
And the start of the tropical season, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Just about 10 till on your Tuesday morning.
Let's go ahead and look at that CPS outage map right now. We have about 50 active outages reported with about 3,492 customers affected.
If you have kids who don't hear well, you know it can be extra challenging for them in the classroom. Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll tell you about some ways that can help hearing impaired children in class.
And taking a look outside with live cam, still a little rainy in some areas, and the wind. Be careful with that. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest signs that America is coming back. People out in full force over the holiday weekend, airports packed with flyers, and daily COVID cases falling below an average of 20,000 a day. One major overseas city, meanwhile, is locking down again over concern of a new variant. We're going to have the latest on all of that right here on Good Morning America.
San Antonio police say they still want some answers regarding a shooting that happened here on the north side overnight. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police say what they're being told so far is that it was an accident. They're still looking for the man who pulled the trigger. That happened shortly before 1:30 this morning. They say they found a man in his 30s who was suffering from a gunshot wound in his stomach. The police say they talked to several people and they were told that another man was playing with an AR-15 rifle when it accidentally went off, hitting the victim. That victim was taken to a hospital by ambulance. Police say he was stable as he left for the hospital. And again, they are still looking for the shooter who they say was last seen running into this apartment complex here in the 10,300 block of Sahara. Reporting from the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
5 minutes till 7.
Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos about the holdup on Loop 410 and FM 78.
A little bit of progress here. We do have our crews that are working to get that scene clear. This is a view from TransGuide off Loop 410 at FM 78. Now, we do actually have a closer look. Our Sarah Acosta and Asian Bermia were actually out there in the area, and they're actually there on the ground, not too far from Interstate. This is a live look right there at that crash. You can see that we do have crews that are working to get that scene clear, and it also looks like we have that big rig, that jackknife. Looks pretty serious out there. Now, this has been causing major delays for drivers in that area. We know that at least part of the frontage road there is being blocked off. The TxDOT is assisting our first responders out there, but this could be there for quite a while. I mean, crews are working to get it cleared right now, so there is a little bit of progress, but this could cause some issues later this morning. But taking a look around our map, we're going to be keeping a close eye on things throughout the morning. Guys?
And we still have some rain around there at the airport. As you can see, roads are definitely damp, and we are going to continue to see some windy conditions for about the next hour. 18-mile-per-hour winds at Randolph, gusting to 29, 24 New Braunfels, 38 in Pleasanton. And we still have the flash flood warning off to the east around portions of Karnes, DeWitt, as well as Gonzales counties. We'll see a break in the action, and as we go on through the rest of the afternoon, and then maybe a couple of more showers and thunderstorms later on today. High of 85.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Be careful out there.
We'll see you with weather and traffic updates throughout Good Morning America.